I work with dozens of business owners across multiple niches and generated thousands of quality leads. And I will tell you exactly what happens when a business doesn't close a job, not only for the business because the business doesn't grow, but actually what it does to the customer. Welcome to the video. My name is Stephen Donaghy. I run a marketing agency that helps service businesses get more referral quality projects. In this video, I'm going to show you the #1 reframe that you can use to take your business and your sales to the next level. And as always, click that subscribe button so you can get more information and more content to help your business grow. So I used to struggle with sales a lot, and it was very, very frustrating. Because when you're not closing any sales, that's the time you think about quitting, right? And so that's kind of what's going on with me. Like, I genuinely wasn't making any money. Things weren't going well for me. It was just call after call. I was just bombing them. Just nobody wanted my service. And so it wasn't until I realized what I'm about to talk to you about in this video, which is that if you're not selling, you're doing a disservice to your market, right? If you're not telling people about your service, you're doing a disservice. So first, there's a prerequisite to this. Okay, that prerequisite is you have to actually have a good service that you're delivering, right? So if you don't have a good service, there is a lack of proof that you can do your job. And so that lack of proof, unfortunately, gives you less confidence, right? So you don't have the confidence that you need to go close the sale. So if you don't have this confidence, you can't go close the sale in the first place, right? So nobody's going to buy your service because you don't actually believe in yourself. Okay, so you need to fix that first, right? First and foremost, go get clients, work with people for free, give them discounted prices, try to get some experience, maybe go work for another company, get some experience doing the actual job before you go sell it. However, if you have a service and you've been selling it for a while and you know it works and you have client results and testimonials, you are doing a disservice to the market by not telling other people about it and by not selling your service. I was at a home show this weekend. It was like an expo for home service businesses. And I just went because I was like, screw it, I want to meet some more people locally. It's a lot easier for me to do my job when they're here in Nashville because I can actually shoot the content for them. And it saves me a lot of time and a lot of headache with the actual testing portion of running the ads. So I went to this home show, and when I got there, I kind of just had this like moment of like nervousness kind of go over my head because I don't usually do that, right? Most of my conversations come from calls, whether it's a cold call or they come in from my website or my Facebook ads, whatever. People come to me. So usually I don't have to go out and talk to someone face-to-face about my service. Well, I get to the show and I was just nervous. And the first guy that I spoke to, I'm sitting here thinking, because marketing agencies kind of have this like rep around them that usually most of them are shit. And so I'm thinking this guy's going to be like, oh, here comes this kid pitching my service. Well, I go over and talk to the guy, and the guy was like, oh my God, wow, that's actually really interesting. I need a marketing agency, and I was looking for someone to talk to about this that's here local. And he started asking me questions, and he started getting curious, and then he started telling me about his problems, and then we set up a time to chat sometime this week. I was scared that this guy was going to wave me down, but actually he needed my service. And that was kind of like the reason I made this video anyway, because I was thinking about that. And then I went around to more of the booths. So I went to all of the booths inside of this place and had a conversation with everyone. And I realized before I left, I thought it would be a disservice to the people in this room for me not to tell them about my service because I know my service is good, right? Every single one of my clients has a $3 to like $11 return on ad spend, which means every single dollar that they spend on ads, they're making anywhere from $3 to $11 in return. All right. Every single one of them, they're all profitable. So if I can do the same thing, if not better for people here locally, why the fuck would I not tell them about my service? And so that's exactly what I did. Right. And so the lesson here is, if you have a good service and you're not telling people about it, if you're going, say you're a contractor and you're going into a neighborhood and you're replacing a roof, right? If you're not walking around the rest of the neighborhood, knocking on people's doors and handing out door hangers and having conversations with the people in the neighborhood, you are doing a disservice to everybody else in the neighborhood that could use your service. If you're a roofer, you know that if they don't fix their roof and the roof starts leaking, they could have thousands of dollars more property damage that they now have to take care of that they didn't have to take care of previously. And all because you decided not to go around the neighborhood and say something, you were doing a disservice to them, right? You're letting your ego get in the way of having a conversation with other people because you're scared of what those people might think of you. Okay, that's the first part here. The second part that I want to make clear. So first, you were doing a disservice to your market if you're not telling them about your thing. The second point is that if you let somebody get on the phone with you, say you're talking to a prospect, and they actually have the money to solve the problem, and they know they have the problem, and you know you can help them, and you let them get off of that call, or you let them get away from that consultation, you are doing a disservice to that person, okay? If you're in any service industry, your job is to help other people. That's the goal, all right? Yeah, money's important. Obviously, you probably got into it because you're like, yeah, I want to make more money, and I want to go out and do my own thing. I want to have freedom and whatever. But if you're going to do that, understand you still have to deliver the service to the person, okay? And so if you're having a conversation with someone and you know that your service can help them grow their business, their life, whatever it is, fix their problem, and then you let that person get off the phone with you, you're doing a disservice to that person. I remember I had a buddy of mine say shame on you to me when I told him about a situation that was going on with the prospect that I had. I said, man, I had this prospect. He had said like, oh, I have to think about it and then do this other thing first, and then maybe we'll get it started. He said, bro, shame on you for not getting that guy to close. All right. People have sales resistance because they don't want to spend the money. It's just how people are, right? Especially if it costs a lot. Like if your service is fucking $10,000, you're asking someone for that money. That's a lot of money. Okay. Especially to someone that doesn't understand the benefits of why they need to get this service now. And they're going to keep pushing it off and pushing it off and pushing it off because it's easier to do that than to make the decision. And to kind of tie it to something that doesn't have to do anything with money. Some of the hardest decisions I've had to make was cutting off certain people from my life or cutting off certain habits. And it's very easy to say, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. Well, guess what? Tomorrow never shows up. All right. And your clients are thinking the exact same way, except now there's money involved, right? They have the money for it. They just don't want to spend it because they're scared to spend it because of a scarcity mindset. You can't sit here and try to convince this person or reframe their beliefs that they're wrong, right? You can let them convince themselves that they're wrong. Right. And you do that by asking questions and understanding their situation more so they can see, okay, actually, wait a minute. This guy's right. I need to make a change here. But if that person is on the phone with you and they say something, I need to think about it, and you just let them walk away, you are doing a disservice to that other person. You're in the service business for a reason. You're here to help other people. If that person comes to you, your job is not to just help them with the service, but your job is also to help them help themselves by starting the service. So it's very important you understand this concept. Not talking about your service is a disservice to the market, and then letting a person walk away is a disservice to that person. Do not do this to people. All right. This is a terrible thing you can do as a business owner. If you're really, truly serious in the business of helping other people, then you should do anything possible to help that person get started today so they can start seeing results and changing their life. And once again, if you're not able to do that, like if you're not able to sit there and like objection handle someone, either two things are going on. Either you're bad at sales, all right, which there's plenty of ways and resources that you can get better. Obviously, you're here watching this video for a reason. Or two, the biggest thing is that you're not confident in your service because your service isn't good. And if your service isn't good, it doesn't matter how much sales skills you have in the world. People feel your internal belief. People feel your conviction. If you don't have conviction about that service that you provide, people are not going to purchase. So it's important that you make sure you have a good service first. And I wouldn't say go out of your way, like trying to change fulfillment and make your fulfillment team bigger or do all this crazy stuff. I would say go find people that you can give your service to at a discounted rate or who need your service really badly and offer it to them, help them out, and then get experience, get testimonials, get case studies, and now you have proof not only for yourself, but for everyone else as well too. Right? One big thing that I like to do before all my sales calls is I like to watch my testimonials from my clients. I like to look at my client accounts because it's a reminder to me, oh shit, yeah, I am changing people's lives. There are some guys who are able to pay off their bills, right? I have a client who's able to pay off his house. I have a client who, is able to go on a trip this summer with his girlfriend and take her out to dinner and stuff like that. Knowing this information, knowing that I've taken some of these guys from literally not making any money at all to changing their business, to changing the way that they were doing marketing, it's a way to help me say, oh yeah, my service actually does really good things for my clients. Reframe it. You're scared, it's your ego. You don't want your ego to get hurt. The fear is if somebody comes to you or if you go to someone and you say, hey, I have this thing, are you interested in purchasing? And they respond with, no, fuck you, go to hell. you've hurt your ego, right? It's a fear of rejection. Don't be scared of getting rejected, because actually a lot of these people could use your service. Anyway, that's all for the video. If you enjoyed the video, click the subscribe button. And if you are looking to get more referral quality projects for your service business, click the first link in the description, and I'll see you in the next video.